Happy Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving to everyone watching. Hopefully you can hear me. Drop a comment in the comment section if you can hear me. Happy Thanksgiving. Focus, focus, focus your mind on everything that you already have to be grateful for. Happy New Day, Tanya. Happy New Day, Goddess. Happy New Day, Queen. Happy New Day, Your Highness. Welcome to heaven on earth. Welcome to the Queendom of heaven on earth, where all things are possible, where all things are possible. We know that with God, all things are possible. We know thyself. We know who we are. We are so grateful. We are so grateful. We are so grateful. Gratitude keeps you in loving vibration. Gratitude keeps you in supreme alignment with everything and anything that you can possibly ever desire to experience here in your wonderful, beautiful world of imagination. My new way of calling this planet is the planet of thought. Rather than the planet Earth, whatever that means to each of us, Earth, it's a word. And words are constantly changing. Words are constantly moving. Words are casting spells. You can revise your story at any time. You can revise your own spelling at any time. You do not have to use the same words that everyone else is using. You do not have to use the same language that everyone else is using, especially if that language no longer serves your highest, supreme abundance, prosperity, wealth, health, heaven. Especially if that language does not promote feeling good. Feeling good is feeling God. It's time to make that connection between you and the Supreme. It is time to make that connection between your right brain and your left brain. It's time to make that connection between God and man. Instead of constantly trying to separate yourself from the good, separate yourself from the health, separate yourself from the wealth, instead of constantly separating yourself with the language that you choose to use, I encourage you to unify your thoughts, to agree with God. Agree with your good. Agree with your perfection. Agree with your wealth. Agree with your perfect health. Agree with the perfection that is you. You're looking at God. Every time you look in a mirror, you're looking at God. They told you that no man has ever seen God. That is not true. What is God? This conversation with God will lead us into the topic for today. It's self-love again. And I will always keep talking to you about the love that you have for yourself. I'm always going to keep talking to you. You're me. You're me. I'm going to always keep talking to you about the love that you have for yourself and how you can grow, cultivate, harness, harvest, and appreciate appreciate and honor that love that you have for yourself. I woke up like this. I was reading a conversation about, and I'm going to call it humans. Humans have a way. And we tend to latch on and agree to and claim and support and sign at the dotted line different beliefs, different words, different languages, different assumptions, is what Neville Goddard would say. We tend to latch on and agree with assumptions that do not empower us. It does not elevate us. It does not help us to grow. It does not sustain our everlasting life. And it does not keep us in harmony and alignment with the things that we desire. I know what you desire. It's what everybody desires. Now, we don't necessarily want the same exact expression, physical expression of that one desire that we all can agree on. Everybody wants and desires to experience love at the highest degree. I don't know of anybody that does not. Who wants to keep suffering? Who wants to keep dying? Who wants to keep burying people? Who wants to keep talking about lack, suffering? Who wants to keep struggling? Who wants to keep talking about, who wants to keep reliving the same situation over and over and over again? If that's you, then I lovingly encourage you to hop off of this video, log off, change the channel. Change the channel. Because what I'm going to say to you will only sway you in a direction that you do not wish to go. This stream, this channel, this broadcast is about love. It's about sovereignty. It's about freedom. It's about using the power of God in you, as you, to experience a different, delicious, exhilarating, abundant, prosperous, powerful, magnificent, luxurious, heavenly way of living. And it all starts with the way that you think and the way that you think about yourself. It all starts with the way that you think and the way that you think about yourself. What have you been taught to think about yourself? What did they tell you about you? Whatever your parents told you, the government told you, your books told you, does it serve you and your highest good? Does it help you to manifest the things that you desire by dwelling on how unworthy, how sinful, how broke, or how hard life is? Does that keep you feeling empowered? Does that keep you feeling good? Does that even make you want to live here on earth forever in this body? Are you worthy of everlasting life? Are you worthy of your sins forgiven? Are you worthy of the good that you now say that you desire and wish to live in? Are you worthy of heaven? Where do you think you are going to go when you think you leave here and now. You leave here and now to go where exactly? Do you know where you're going? Do you know where your so-called loved ones have gone? Do you have any communication with them? Do you know what your so-called dead loved ones are? Can you communicate with them? Do you know where they've gone? Do you know anything about the place that they have gone to? Do you question life? Do you question these things? Do you question what you've been taught? Or do you just accept everything that you hear and regurgitate it and just keep living life the way everyone else keeps living it? Insanity, my friends, is doing the same thing over and over and over and over and over and over. Past life, new life, past, now, future, ancestors, this, doing the same thing, thinking. Let's take the word doing out of there and let's talk about thinking. Insanity is thinking the same thing, the same thoughts, the same way your ancestors, your parents, your friends, your family, your government, your environment. Insanity is doing the same thing, thinking the same way, eating the same thing, dressing the same way, looking like everybody else, everybody doing the same thing. Jamaicans call it you're so fashion. You're fashion. Instead of paving a new way and paving a new path for yourself, you choose to follow the crowd. Where is the crowd leading you to? I want to know. Where is the crowd leading to? You're following the crowd, right? Instead of following yourself, your God, your own intuition, your own desires, your own love, your own path. You're following the crowd, the herd. Where is the crowd leading you to exactly? Are they leading you to heaven? Is the crowd leading you to everlasting life? Is the crowd leading you to perfect health, perfect wealth? Is the crowd leading you to heaven on earth? Is the crowd leading you to financial freedom? Is the crowd leading you to peace, prosperity, abundance, wealth? Does money come to you easily and frequently? Can you conceive these new thoughts about yourself? Can you speak it freely, unapologetically, with confidence that I am loved, I am supported, all is well, everything is working out for me in magical, miraculous, wonderful ways. All is well. How are you today? I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. Life just keeps getting better and better. I speak it into existence. I don't need to see it to believe it. I don't need to see it to know it. I don't need to see it to agree with it and claim it and profess and proclaim and prophesy my own wealth. It costs you nothing to bless yourself. It costs you nothing to speak praises, to speak blessings, to speak good health, to speak abundance, to speak. Come on now. It costs you nothing to reverse the spell. What's the spell? What you've been saying all your life, what you said today, what you said yesterday, what you said this morning, what you said to your children, what you said to your parents, what you said to your world, what you wrote on your Facebook page. What spells are you casting on yourself? Everything you say after I am is the spell that you're writing on yourself. Everything you say after I am is the spell that you're casting on yourself. So look at it this way. For all of you out there that's like, oh, I just can't be positive all the time. I gotta be realistic. Life is hard. Life is tough. Life is a struggle. And that's the reason why. You see, when you understand your God power, you understand, overstand, and understand that we walk by faith. That's why we're called believers. There's a difference between the non-believers and there's a difference between the believers. Who are the believers? The scriptures say that when you pray, when you ask God for something, believe that you have received and you shall receive it. It shall be yours. It is yours. The minute that you gain it in consciousness, in every word you speak, in every action you take, when you become the very character, when you become the very consciousness, the very vibration, the very energy frequency of the thing that you say you desire. Okay, so you want more money, right? Let's talk about money. All of this is self-love. You'll understand, overstand, and understand all of this later. Let's talk about money. What does money mean to you? What is money to you? How do you feel about money? What do you say about money? We're going to put the connection between you and money, just like we're going to put the connection between you and God. Whenever you separate yourself from the good, when you separate yourself from money, when you separate yourself from riches, abundance, prosperity, you're separating yourself from God. And now you're going to live in reverse. The opposite of living is evil, suffering, pain. Life is supposed to be joyful for you. Life is supposed to be fun for you. And if it is not, this is your purpose. Joy, peace, abundance, love, exhilaration, excitement, appreciation. This is what you came here for. This is your purpose. Love. I hear some people say, well, I don't know what I'm supposed to do. I don't know what my purpose here is. I don't know what my destiny is. I don't know what I came here to do. So I'm just going to go ahead and do what everybody else is doing, even though it doesn't feel good to me. That's when you know, that's when you check yourself and how much do you really, really and truly love yourself. I'm just going to keep doing something that I do not like, that I do not love, that doesn't make me feel good. I do not enjoy it. It does not bring me joy. It does not bring me peace. It does not bring me excitement. But I'm just going to keep doing it because everybody else is doing it. This is what everybody else wants me to do. This is what my parents expect from me. This is what the church expects from me, to be unhappy, unfulfilled. The church expects me to feel unworthy. The church expects me to feel like a sinner. My parents feel like I should be doing what they think I should be doing, even though it brings me no joy, no love. This is when you step into the control center of your own life and you start cultivating your own love. Because it's not going to come without you. You're not going to experience the love of your life. You're not going to experience your dream. You're not going to experience the most, the best. You're not going to experience what you truly deserve. And trust me when I tell you, you deserve to be happy. You deserve to be respected. You deserve to be honored. You deserve to be praised. You deserve to live an abundant, prosperous life. But first get this in consciousness that you have to give it to yourself. You have to claim it for yourself. You got to want it for yourself more than you want it for anybody or anything else. Your children don't matter. Your mama, your daddy don't matter. Your family don't matter. So let me go down this thing that humans tend to do. They have this list of things that come as priority. And on the top of that list, some people will put God first, or family first. Who is God separate from you? Let's take a list of 3 things that are the most important things that you should be focused on, the things that you should put first, and let's prioritize these things and let's see if it makes sense. The first thing on the list is God. Put God first. Some people would put children number 1. I'm going to put my kids first. I'm going to put God first. I'm going to put family first. Where are you on that list? Now I want to know, where are you on this list of your priorities? The things that you should love, the things that you should honor, the things that you should praise, the things that you should worship, the things that you're supposed to put before you. Where are you on that list? Where are you on that list? And why are you putting yourself on the last level on that list? Because of how you feel about yourself. Because of how you were taught to feel about yourself. Your relationship with God is dysfunctional. So we're here to bring it back into balance. We're here to bring it back into proper functionality, because it's never gonna work with you putting yourself last. You're gonna feel frustrated. You're gonna feel resentful. You're gonna feel drained. You're gonna feel like life is a struggle. You're gonna feel like life is hard. You are going to wish you were not here. You're going to praise death more than you do life, because you put yourself last on that list of things. You see, you keep thinking that God is outside of you. You think God is separate from you. You think you and the Father are separate. You think love is something out there somewhere, and if that entity of love and perfection and goodness and heaven is out there, it's separate from me. It's not me. It's not within me. I wasn't made from this substance. I'm not love. I'm not perfect. I'm not perfect. I'm not love. I'm not God. I'm not good. And the way that you think about yourself has to be rectified, is what I should say. Now, why would you feel that about yourself? Why would you think that about yourself? Because somebody else told you that? Okay. This is what happens when you do not put your love, your self-care, your self-worth, your self-empowerment, your self-esteem, and your self-value first. What you saw in the old world, what you might be experiencing now as your world, what we experienced as our old world that's passing away, the only thing that our world needs more of is love. And that love is self-love. Not love for this external power, this external creature, this external creator that has all power and all control over your life, and you play no part in it. You don't put any kind of 2 cents in it. It's time for you to agree with God. It's time for you to agree with your good. It's time for you to agree with your own love. It's time for you to agree with your own perfection. What's wrong with you? You see, your world will have a list of things that's wrong with you. things that you need to get rid of. You need to change. There's something, and guess what your world is going to tell you? Your world is going to tell you that there is something to buy that is going to fix this thing that you find wrong with yourself. Okay, your hair is not soft and silky and smooth like your sister, your brother. You may not have the same type of car or house or material items that your brother or your sister has. You may not have the same color eyes as your brother or sister, the same nose, the same mouth, the same teeth, the same skin. And it's like that on purpose. You see, you think it's a flaw that your teeth are not straight. You think it's a flaw that your skin is not completely clear and white, and it has no kind of artistic, poetic story to tell. You think everybody's face is supposed to be the same way, don't you? Wrong. And I'm going to tell you that you're wrong. To speak of yourself as anything other than perfect is a sin. To look at yourself without any attachment, I'm talking about no makeup, no jewelry, nothing to buy, nothing to sell, nothing to go work, hustle, struggle for. You're working hard and you're struggling and you're hustling to buy something that you think you need because somebody convinced you that there was something wrong with the way your eyelashes were, girl. Something wrong with your eyelashes, girl. Let's go. Let's take a look at it. So, girl, something wrong with the way God made your eyelashes, girl. They not thick enough. They not long enough. So you know what, girl? You need to buy. You need to go on and take that extra shift, girl. Because I'm going to need you to buy some more perfume. I'm going to need you to go buy that new eyelash, that mink eyelash. I don't know where they got the fabric from to make those eyelashes, but let me tell you, they make your eyelashes look so perfect, girl. Your face gonna be so beat. Your face gonna be so beautiful once I can get you to buy this next product. Because the way that I made you, the way that God made you, isn't good enough. It ain't perfect enough. It ain't beautiful enough. Your hair, it ain't straight enough, Ja. It ain't smooth enough. It ain't shiny enough. The way God made it was flawed. How can you love something so flawed? God made you this way. God gave you that skin. God gave you those eyes. God gave you that nose, the way it's shaped. And it's so perfect. And it's so beautiful. But yet, you have been hypnotized to believe that I need to go buy my eyelashes because the ones God gave me, they're not thick enough. They're not luxurious enough. They're not flashy enough. They don't look like all the other girls. They don't look like that girl on the picture. They don't look like Beyonce's. They don't look like Nicki Minaj's. They don't look like, that girl that I adore in the pictures. When I was younger and I was a little girl, they used to say, God made dirt and dirt don't hurt. God made dirt and dirt don't hurt. And as you grow and you adopt and you cultivate the consciousness of a dying world, you start to think less of yourself. You start to downgrade yourself. You start to put yourself down. And let me tell you today, when you stop putting yourself down, nobody else is putting you down but you. And if you analyze and you study your own thinking patterns, your own thought patterns, and you study your own beliefs, you will see a track record of thoughts that completely go against you. and who you are at your core, at your organic, raw, natural self, you will see that all those thoughts and beliefs goes against your own supreme sovereignty. It is a dishonor to the God that created you to say anything but less than I love you when you look in the mirror. When you look in the mirror and you look at yourself in its most natural state, and you can look at your skin, and you can look at your face, you can look at your hair, you can look at your eyebrows, you can look at your skin, you can look at your lips and say, look at God. Look at the magnificence of God. I love you, God. I love you. I love you. I love you, God. God made me, and I was made perfectly in its image. Look at God every time you look in that mirror. And if you have anything less than love for every single part, shape, cell, every single tooth, every single lash, every single strand of hair is perfectly placed, perfectly the way it is. And here comes mom, dad, family, friend, society, government to tell you that something is wrong with the way that God made you. Is a sin. And until you get a grip on that relationship that you got with yourself, until you make peace with that relationship you got with yourself, until you learn to love, and appreciate and honor and praise and worship that relationship that you have with yourself, girlfriend, boyfriend, man, woman, goddess, and gods out there, you will never enter the gateway of heaven. Because the gateway of heaven is love. The gateway to heaven is love. God is the gateway to heaven. And what is God? God is love. And if you understand that frequency and that energy that lives within you, that is you. What is that intelligence now? What's beating your heart right now? What is beating your heart right now? How hard do you have to work to pay for the love, for the life, for the energy that's beating your heart right now? What is that external thing that you can go buy, that you can go work hard for? Where is it? Where is it? What's that thing? Who's beating your heart right now? Most people will say God is beating my heart right now. What's breathing? What's breathing air into your lungs right now? What's speaking to you right now? What's coming out of your mouth? What's that breath? What's that breath that's coming out of your mouth when you speak? Even when you don't speak and you hear a voice in your mind. What is that? How hard do you have to work for that? How much shifts do you have to take? How much shifts do you have to ask your boss for to actually get your heart to beat for you? How much money does it cost you to invite the sun to come out every day? How much money do you pay the sun to come out every day? What are you doing to deserve that? What are you doing to deserve the sun, to deserve the moon, to deserve the animals, the trees? All of them are working. Everything is working for your highest good. Everything is working out to keep you alive. Everything is working to keep you alive. There is a force, And there is a source that is working together to keep you alive. It's working right now to keep your heart beating. It's working right now to keep your lungs breathing. It's working right now to keep your eyes seeing. It's working right now to keep your hair growing. It's working right now to keep your skin doing what it does every single day to keep you alive. You see, life is meant for the living. What you're grateful for today is what you'll have more of tomorrow. What you speak praises, what you speak appreciation upon will grow in value. I encourage you to wake up every day, get into that mirror, and you don't even have to see a mirror. You can literally observe your own body. You can literally observe your own breath. You can observe your own heart beating. You can observe your nails growing. How does my nails grow? What's growing these nails? How hard do I have to work to get these nails to grow? How much money do I have to pay? What bill am I paying every day to get the blood to circulate throughout my body? But yet, this is the part that's so interesting to me. But yet, your body, your own self, your own body, your own consciousness, your own God is doing all these things for you every single day. And you will give the credit, you will give the praise, and you'll give the honor to something else. You'll give the credit and the honor and the praise to something outside of yourself. It's uncommon and it's unnatural. We have been taught to think that it is uncommon and unnatural to praise and worship, honor and appreciate the skin that you're in, the God that you are in, the God that is you. When last you woke up and you said to yourself, you just went on a rampage of appreciation and said to yourself, I haven't been on here for a little minute, so this video might be a little lengthy because I got something to say to myself. I got documents to leave. I got a mark to put into your subconscious mind. Who taught you that you were unworthy? The devil in you. Who taught you that you were a sinner? The devil in you. Who taught you that you weren't enough? The devil in you. Who told you that you had to buy the next pill? You had to buy the next beauty product. You had to buy the next thing to feel beautiful, to feel worthy, to feel rich, to feel like life is worth living, to feel like you've earned your way into being here. What did you have to do to produce this body and to come into physical existence? What did you do to earn that? To earn this body, to earn this life that you call yours? What did you do? I don't think we think about that enough. I really don't. I think we take for granted the love and the support and the supreme intelligence that lives within us as us. We've been taught and programmed so much to see the world through somebody else's eyes, to appreciate everything else around us but our own existence, our own intelligence, our own wisdom, our own individual expression of that eternal, everlasting presence that we call God. For some of us, it is so uncomfortable to see the connection between you and God. For some of us, it is so unnatural. it's almost like it's a, oh my God, I could never assume that I'm God. I could never even think of myself that way. That is just too much. That is just too full of yourself. Why would you want to be anything less than full of your own self? Who are you supposed to be full of? Somebody else? Who else are you supposed to be full of? If you are God and somebody is telling you you're too full of yourself, how can you be too full of God? How can you be too full of good? How can you be too full of forgiveness? How can you be too full of perfection? How can you be too full of positivity? How can you be too full of love, of support, of honor? How can you be too full of life? There is no such thing. Your love for yourself is ever increasing, ever evolving, just like your money. I keep telling you that your mind is your money. Your love is your money. Your health, the way you think about yourself, your mental health is your wealth. Why? Because everything that you think, every thought that you think, every belief that you believe, every thought that you hold as true, as facts, will play out as the very essence and experience of your life, because you are creating your own existence, your own life. You are creating your own path. You can agree with the crowd and head to the grave. Hell is the grave. Another definition for hell, it's where you're at when you are where you do not want to be. Hell is where you're at when you're not where you want to be. Now, let me ask you this. Do you want to be in the grave? If you do, this channel is not for you. Click off, find another channel, go on. See you later. Hell is where you're at when you're not where you want to be. Hell is where you're at when you're not where you want to be in consciousness. You put yourself, you create your own hell, you create your own lifestyle, you create your own death style, you create your own legacy, you create your own worth, you create your own existence, your own experience, and you create your own world with the way that you think. You can think life is out to get me. Life is hard. Life is short. You can think life is struggle. Life is hustle. Life is hard. Life is wicked. And let me tell you, every word that comes forth from your mouth must return to you with results. Again, every word that goes forth through your mouth must return to you with results. Again, because you are God, every word that flows from your mouth using the sacred breath of life is creative. Every word that flows from your mouth will not return to you without results. So what are you saying? Well, I gotta be honest. I gotta be realistic. Not knowing that real is what you're feeling. Real is what you make real. Real is what you say is real. Real is what you've already, everything that you see as real right now, that you think is facts, that you think is so firm, it's so real. It's something that you have programmed yourself to believe is real. You have programmed yourself to believe that life is so friggin' hard. And so it is. And so shall it be. Until you can convince yourself, you can conceive within yourself, you can give yourself thoughts, you can give yourself words that create a different feeling inside of you, God. Okay, so this is music. Life is music. Have you ever wondered why they call your heart, your liver, your lungs, your spleen? You ever wondered why they call it
organs. And have you ever wondered why they would call the external expression, the saxophone, the drums, the violin, the piano, they call those organs too? As within, so without. As within, so without. What do you do with a saxophone? What do you do? What do you do with your lungs? What do you do with the drums? What do you do with your heart? How do you play these instruments in you as you, just like you would externally? How do you play your own instrument, man? You got your own instrument. Your body is a metaphysical, supreme intelligence. It is spiritual and is physical at the same time. See, the problem is that you think your body is just physical. It's not just physical. Nothing is just physical. It's mostly spirit. God is spirit. God is physical and God is spiritual. Your body is not just a physical body. You keep thinking it's just physical. Your body is very, very intelligent, and it is very, very spiritual. Whatever you think about your body forms into physical matter. Whatever you say about your body forms into physical matter, manifestation, mind over matter. So it's time to clean up your perceptive thoughts about yourself. It's time to clean up your relationship with yourself. Self-love is the first love. Self-love is your first love. Some people will say that I'll hear some people say, well, this guy was my first love, or that woman was my first love. Not so. Your first love is you. Your only soulmate is you. Your twin flame is you. The most important relationship that you'll ever have, ever have, is you. Here's an interesting thing to note as it pops into my brain. You. All right, let me talk about how important you are. Okay? What can you do in this planet, on this earth? What can you do? What can you experience? What can you be without you? I want to know. Because you can do a lot of things without your children. You can do a lot of things without your mama and your daddy. You can do a lot of things without your government. What can you do on this planet without you? Who, tell me who has been there for you this entire time? Who's been with you this entire time? Who has been taking care of you this entire time? Who has been there with you through the good? You. Who has been there with you through the bad? You. Who has been there for you through thick and thin? You. Who has been there with you from the so-called beginning at birth, when you thought you came out of your mama, which you cannot remember coming out of your mama? Who was there with you? You. Even when you were in the womb of your so-called mother, who was with you? You. Who went through high school with you? You. Who eats the same food with you? You. Who went through that first experience of heartbreak with that man or woman with you? You. Who went through school with you? You. Who went through everything with you? You. Who does everything for you? You. Who beats your heart? You. Who literally gets up and makes your breakfast for you? You. Who brushes your teeth? You. Who literally blinks your eyes for you? You. Who speaks praises and honor and worship and blessings on you? You. Who talks to you the most? You. Who actually responds to you the most? You. Who are you thinking about the most? You. Who are you talking to the most? I have to bring that back again. You. Who are you having these conversations with in your mind? You. Who's helped you through all of this? You. Who's studied with you? Who's cried with you? Who's slept with you? Who's made love to you? You. Who knows exactly what it is that you want, how you want it, when you want it, how much of it you want? You. Who can actually answer all these questions about you with certainty, with facts? Who can literally tell your life story to the T and with nothing but facts? You. But yet you'll put that responsibility on others, not realizing that the others are you too. Make the connection. Go home. Go home. E.T., go home. Home is where your heart is, they say. Where's your heart? Where's your heart? What's in your heart? Are you following your heart? What do you love to do? Start doing it. Why? Because you love yourself. That's why. Is loving yourself that important? Is loving yourself more important than money? Yes. Is loving yourself more important than your children? Yes. Is loving yourself more than loving anything else? Yes. Because without you, nothing is impossible. Nothing is possible. And nothing is impossible. Without you, none of it exists. Without you, your children don't exist. Without you, none of it can be experienced. You cannot experience life without life. You cannot experience hell without life. You cannot experience pain without life. You cannot experience pleasure without life. Who are you? You are life. You are God. You are the good that you desire. You are the perfection that you desire. You are the Savior that's going to save yourself. You are the Jesus Christ. You are the Buddha. You are male. You are female. You are every animal. You are every insect. All is connected to you through consciousness, through thought, through energy, through vibration, through frequency. Get to understand your own existence. Who are you? Why are you here? Who are you and why are you here taking up space? You really think you just came here to pay bills, go to work, go to sleep, eat, pay bills, and die? You really think that that's God's supreme ultimate purpose for you? Have you lived a full life? Have you experienced the love, the joy, the excitement, the abundance, the exhilaration, the luxury? Have you experienced the most, the best out of life? And if you have not, then you have no business to even talk about death, to even claim death, to even assume death. I am probably the one and only individual that you're ever going to meet that does not bow down to death. I worship life. I pay attention to life. I support life. I speak life. I promote life. I worship and I honor and I praise life. What am I? Alive. Say it again. What am I? Alive. What are you? Alive. What is the most valuable thing that you have, that you possess, that you own right now? Life. Life is the money. Life is the riches. The other day I asked myself this question all the time. Can you live without money? can you really live in this world without money? I can hear y'all responses. Now, no, you can't. You can't live here without no money. It's impossible to live here without money. Really? Tell that to the trees. Tell that to the insects. Tell that to the squirrel that just ran up that tree. Tell that to God. Tell that to nature. Tell that to the insects, the ants, the bees, the birds, the lions, the tigers, the bears. Tell that to life. Tell that to life. Life, you can't live without money. You can't live without the Federal Reserve, life. That's like you going to God and saying, you can't live, you have no authority to live without this government presiding over you, without you chasing that check, without you. Tell that to nature. And if you don't understand none of what I'm saying to you, then you have not spent enough time with yourself, which is nature. You have not spent enough time with yourself, which is nature. When you look outside and you see that tree, that's literally turning carbon dioxide into breathable, fresh air for you to breathe. Tell that to the tree. You can't live without me. No, you can't live without that tree. And that tree can't live without you. Money cannot exist without you. It's all the reversed. Money cannot exist without life to give birth to it. Without the tree of life, money does not exist. And guess what? You are the source. You are the tree of life. You are the tree of life. How much is one life worth to you? How much is one living individual life worth to you? And I hope you're talking about your life, because the way you see your life is the way you will see everybody else's life. If your life is meaningless to you, if your life sucks, you're going to think the same thing about other people living on this planet. If you don't worship and honor and respect life, then we have some work to do. Because heaven, let me remind you of what you think heaven is. And how do you plan on getting there with the type of thinking that you now hold? Okay. What's heaven? Let's talk about heaven, because heaven is the same thing as God. Every time you say I'm not God, you're saying I'm not heaven either. All right, good. What's heaven to you? I'm going to describe heaven for most people. Heaven is a place where there is no pain. There is no death. We are immortal. We are everlasting. Heaven is a place of paradise. It's a paradise. It's a place of paradise. It's beautiful. You love living there, and that place loves you. Heaven is peace on earth, which is peace within you, making peace with yourself, making peace with your body, making peace with your own royal, supreme divinity. You keep thinking that you're only human, and that's the problem. You keep thinking that I'm just a human. I'm only human. That's the only thing I can be. I can only be human, so I'm gonna always sin, and I'm always gonna make mistakes, and I'm always gonna... Without vision, the people perish. So, what kind of vision do you hold for yourself? What kind of vision do you hold for yourself? Because if you think that you're not worthy of heaven, how do you expect God to think that you're worthy of heaven? You don't even think you're worthy of heaven, and you are the access card. You hold the golden ticket. You hold the access to heaven or hell with the thoughts that you think and the words that you keep talking about. You keep living and repeating and spelling and believing in a reality that you do not wish to experience. Do you believe in heaven? Do you believe that you are worthy of heaven? Do you believe that you are worthy of immortality? Do you believe that you are worthy of everlasting life? Do you believe? Can you forgive your own self for all your sins? When Jesus said, there's a part in the Bible where Jesus and his disciples, I always love to read those stories of him and his disciples and the conversations that they had, because it was very, very comical sometimes. The disciples asked Jesus, Master, Teacher, how many times am I supposed to forgive my enemy? Forgive the people that transgress against me. How many times am I supposed to forgive these people that keep doing the same thing over and over and over again? How many times am I supposed to forgive them, Jesus? Lord, help me. And Jesus said, no, before that, and I'm paraphrasing. Go read the scripture for yourself. They asked him, should we forgive them 5 times? Should we forgive them 7 times? Should we forgive them 77 times? Jesus said, and like I said, I am paraphrasing and relaying the scripture the way I will comically relate it to you. Jesus said, no. Should we forgive them 5 times, Master? No. Should we forgive them 55 times, Teacher? No. So how many times are we supposed to forgive? How many times are we supposed to forgive? And Jesus says, he said 77, and I'm just going to keep, because he speaks through me. 77 times, 77 times, 77 times, 77, and you keep on going. So, if you are supposed to, as a Christian, you're supposed to forgive your debtors, your transgressors, multiple, it's no amount of time. You're supposed to forgive them over and over again. Forgive them, Father, for they do not know what they do, right? Okay, you're supposed to do this for others, according to Christian philosophies. All right. So how many times do you think you're supposed to forgive you? I want to know. How many times do you think you're supposed to forgive yourself? However many times it takes for you to believe and redeem yourself as the savior of your own life. However many times it takes you to bring yourself into a state of perfection. However many times it takes you to forgive yourself is however many times it will take for you to literally bring yourself into a heavenly state and walk yourself through your own heavenly gates and literally create heaven as your experience here on earth. I don't know why people keep thinking that this place is hell for everybody. Do you really think everybody on this planet is suffering? Everybody is broke. Everybody, talk to nature and ask them if they experience the same thing that humans experience. And they live on the same planet. They living on the same planet. They live on the same planet we do. The elephants, the tigers, all of those people that we take for granted, all of those beings that we take for granted, we don't talk to them, we don't make friends with them, we don't congregate with them, we don't fellowship with the trees, we don't talk to the trees, we don't ask questions to the ground, we don't even want to take our shoes off to literally put our soul in connection with earth. We don't even want to do that. We scared. It's dirty. Even though God made dirt and dirt don't hurt. It's dirty. I don't want to get my acrylic nails all dirty trying to go ahead and plant seeds. I'm going to go ahead and just throw them things in the garbage because they have no value. That's how you think about yourself. And when you get to know yourself, when you get to really, really know and appreciate and honor yourself, you'll stop doing those things. You'll start asking the trees some questions, and you're going to hear them respond to you. You don't just live here with humans, you live here with all kinds of different supreme entities, all expressions of the one universal love, God, perfection, all-knowing. God makes no mistakes, and he made no mistakes on you. Get it right. He made no mistakes on you. Self-love is God's love. I just felt like talking today. Self-love is God's love. You are God. There is no separation between you and that supreme source of all good, of all love, of all life. There is no separation. You are literally living it and experiencing that love as we speak. Your only prayer should be, thank you, God. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, 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 thank you. Thank you, God. Thank you. Thank you. Who brought the sun out today? Thank you. Who's beating my heart right now? Thank you. Who's helping me to see this phone? Thank you. Who gave me life? Thank you. Who's still giving me life? Thank you. Who gave me the hair on my head? Thank you. Who giving me the words to speak? Thank you. 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 You don't have it if you want it. You don't have it if you want it. That's why they say that the Lord is my shepherd. Your consciousness is your Lord. The way you think is your Lord. Your imagination is your Lord. The Lord is my shepherd. I shall not want. Did the scripture say I shall want? Or did it say I shall not want? Why would the scripture say that to you? The Lord is my shepherd. I shall not want. The Lord is my shepherd. I shall not want. When you're a good steward, when you are a good shepherd of your own sheep, when you are a good Lord over your own, you're a master of your thoughts, the captain of your own soul. When you understand that you are Lord and you shall not want, you will start to have everything that you can possibly ever desire. Wanting and having is two different states of being, two different vibrations, two different states of being. They do not align with each other. Wanting and having are not in sync with each other. Do you have what it is that you wish to experience? Do you have love? Yes. And that's the only way for you to receive it. The only way for you to experience it. The only way for you to conceive it is to get it in consciousness. Feel it real. Stay in the character of love. Stay in the character of wealth. Stay in the character of money. Value yourself. Praise and bless and big up yourself. No one else can do this for you. I can only influence your thoughts, influence your subconscious programming to program yourself into a state of prosperity, a state of paradise, a state of peace, a state of pleasure. You must bring yourself there with your own thoughts and with your own words. They are free. That's why they say the best things in life are free. Let me tell you why. Because you can look into your bank balance right now and see zero. But with your wonderful, wonderful Christ conscious imagination, you can look into your bank account and say, hallelujah. Praise God in me. I am so rich. I am so wealthy. I am so healthy. You can look and you can see $1 million in your mind's eye, in the mind of God, in your own consciousness. You can feel it. You can feel it real. You can feel it now. You could just sit there and use your power of imagination. Is your magic. It's your magic. It's what brings you from the state of hell to the state of heaven at any given moment. I don't care what happened to you. I don't care how bad you think the situation is. You can open your mouth and you can declare at the top of your lungs that all is well. Everything, even this, is working out for my highest and most loving good. Life is good. Life is amazing. Life is wonderful. This too shall pass. I give thanks, for I know that I already have all the riches. I already have all the wealth. I already have all the wealth. I already have everything I need. If I can only get it in consciousness. If I can believe it. If I can believe it, then I can receive it. If I can believe it with absolutely no doubt, if I can believe it and I can get myself into a state of knowing, I can make myself believe anything. And when I believe it, I shall certainly see it. When I have it, I shall surely see it. It becomes real for me because I can feel it. When I say I feel good, it feels good when I say it. When I say I feel good, guess what? I feel good just saying those words, just speaking those words, just writing those words make me feel good. So why wouldn't I keep saying it over and over again? I can sit here and I can say, I feel terrible. I feel bad. I'm tired. I'm broke. I'm sick. I feel so weak. Free. You can say those things for free. And how does it feel for free? How does those words make you feel? That's how you know your frequency. That's how you'll know what frequency you're on, by the way that you feel. By the way that you feel. I feel great. I feel good. I feel blessed. Even if your body wants to feel some kind of opposite way, your mind, your consciousness, your imagination, your magic, your God says, I feel good. And guess what? I feel good. And guess what? I keep feeling good. And guess what? I feel even better. And I keep saying it again. I feel even better. I feel good. I feel blessed. I feel grateful. You have to pay attention to how your words feel. You can speak it and you can think to yourself, I'm speaking real. I'm speaking my reality. I'm speaking what's going on right now. I'm speaking what's going on with me right now. I'm speaking how it is right now. I'm being realistic. This world is a world of imagination. It looks very, very real to you because you think it's real. And the minute that you think it's real, remember when you were a child and they told you to make believe and you had your imaginary friends and you had your imaginary life? You have to get back to being a child again. The scriptures say, until you become like a child, you will never enter the kingdom, the queendom of heaven. What does it mean to be like a child in your imagination? It means to get into character. It means to walk the walk. It means to talk the talk. It means to act as if. It means to get it in your consciousness. It means to feel it real. It means to live in the end. Believing is receiving. Have you received it in your own consciousness? Have you received it in your own words? Have you received it in your thought consciousness? Have you received it? Because if you did, you would never, ever speak not having it. For instance, let's make it even more clearer to you. All right, let me find my little teddy bear right here for you. This is what we're trying to tell you. I'm gonna explain it to you. This is manifestation 101. Okay? Here is my teddy bear. Okay? This is my teddy bear. All right? I have a teddy bear, right? I have a teddy bear. I can see it. I can touch it. I can smell it. I can experience it. I have a teddy bear. Okay? This is the symbol for all of your desires. Okay? Whether this teddy bear, whether I can see it or not, whether I can touch it or not, whether I can feel it real or not, I still know that I have a teddy bear. Whether it's here or it ain't here. Whether it's here or it ain't here. It's here because I say it's here. Because I think it's here. Because I believe it's here. Because I know it's here. Because I can feel the feelings of it already being here. I'm going to act like it's here. Why? Because it's here. I'm going to act like I have a teddy bear because I have a teddy bear. I am going to speak like I have a teddy bear because I have a teddy bear. I am going to dress my teddy bear up. I'm going to cuddle my teddy bear. I'm going to smell my teddy bear. I have a teddy bear. Whether I see the teddy bear or not. All right. I'm going to put down the teddy bear now. All right. Let's say you don't see the teddy bear. I still have a teddy bear. I still feel my teddy bear. I'm still hugging my teddy bear. I can still feel the teddy bear on my skin. I can still smell the teddy bear. I can still feel what the teddy bear feels like. I can still act as if I have a teddy bear. I'm not going to ask my mom or my dad for a teddy bear because I already have it. I'm not going to place another order for a teddy bear on Amazon. I'm not going to go shopping for a teddy bear. I'm not going to do any of that because I already have the teddy bear. I'm enjoying my teddy bear now in my consciousness. I have it now. I don't care if you don't see it. I don't care if the government don't see it. I don't care if my mom or daddy don't see it. I am 5 years old and I am living in my childlike imagination. And until you can feel it real, get it real, believe it real, act as if, get into character now, you'll never experience it. Because this is a world of thought. God is thought. It's what makes you God, is your ability to think positively or your ability to think negatively. That's what makes you God. And you are always right. You are always God. Whether you're evil or whether you're doing good, you are still God. And everything happening to you is because you thought of it. You thought it into existence. You spoke it into existence. You believed it into your experience. You agreed and you claimed it and you agreed with it and you signed at the dotted line and you went and you danced about it. You celebrated it with people. It became real for you before you even saw it. That's how you have to feel. That's the magic. That's how manifestation works. Unless you can feel like you have the teddy bear before you even see the teddy bear, you will not see the teddy bear. Because you will constantly keep talking about, I don't have it yet. I'm going to get it when I have the teddy bear. I'm going to get the teddy bear. 5 years from now, I'll have 2 or 3 teddy bears. The teddy bear, first of all, the teddy bear is easy. Teddy bears come to me easily and frequently. Just like money comes to me easily and frequently. I ain't gotta wait no 5 years to get no teddy bear. When I claim having it now, it comes to me now because that's when I want it now. Not 5 years, not when I'm going to, not when I have it. I will when it manifests, when I get this. No, I am. I have it now. I don't care what you see. I know what I see. I know what I feel. I feel it now. I feel like the richest, most highly blessed, and favored girl God is alive. That's it. You can't convince me that I'm broke, man. It can't work. You can't convince me that I'm broke because I've convinced myself that I'm rich. I have too much to be grateful for me to agree with you that I'm broke. Do you get my drift? This is why I keep telling y'all to focus on gratitude. Focus on all the multitude of things that you already have now to be grateful for. Gratitude keeps you in alignment with having. It keeps you in alignment with having, not wanting, having. When you go to God in prayer, guess who's listening to your prayers? That's why I keep telling you, you got to make the connection between you and your divine nature. Who's listening to your prayers when you pray? Who's the only one that can hear your prayers when you pray to God? You. Who's answering your prayers? Who are these? God is answering prayers through you. He, a lot of people like to refer to God as He. That energy presence that is present in every she that you know, that presence can only get you the things that you desire through you. That presence that you call God, universe, can only bring you the things that you want, the things that you desire, the things that you want to experience, you wish to experience through you. You can only enjoy it through you. How can you enjoy your prayers without you? How do you enjoy anything without you? How does God answer any prayers without you? You have to be involved in the mix. You have to be in agreement with the whole mix. You have to somehow claim it in your own midst. Now, observe the people that claim disease. Observe the people that talk about hustle, struggle. Observe the people that talk about I am broke. Just listen to the way they talk. Listen to the language of poverty. Listen to the language of pain and suffering, and flip it. It doesn't matter what you're feeling like right now. It's only a residue of what you used to think. The person you used to think you were. You are no longer that person. This is what it means to redeem yourself. This is what it means to renew your mind. You're a new mind. A new mind creates a new man. A new mankind. Okay? Let us create man in our own perfect, divine, abundant, and prosperous image. Every womb out there, let us create man in our own perfect, loving, healthy, wealthy, abundant, prosperous image. You keep creating the same mankind, the same thought patterns, the same experiences, the same world, the same earth. You keep creating the same thing over and over again, even in your children, because you teach them to think the same way you did. I can't do it. I'm broke. I'm tired. You have to struggle. You gotta work hard. We all gonna die one day. It's a struggle and a hustle, and you pay bills until you die. This is the story that you keep telling yourself. You keep telling your children the same story. You have never not once said in your own self, I wonder what would happen if I spoke something different into myself and my children and my family and my environment. I wonder what would happen if I used my words to raise and resurrect and bless everything around me. including myself. I'm going to practice on myself first, because that's the first person that I have a relationship with is me. The first person that I will always, always, always have a relationship with is me. Even your children can fall out of their bodies and so-called pass away. Even your children, even your family, all your stuff that you've gathered for so many years, all of that stuff can disappear. What you got left? You. That's why the riches will always be you. The value will always be you. The God will always be you. It will always be you. And until the day that you connect with this supreme divine nature, all you got to say is, how is nature doing it? How is nature so organized? How is nature so working so simultaneously with each other? How do they do this without Donald Trump, without the Federal Reserve, without all these bosses and corporations and paperwork and sign at the dotted line? How are these animals and creatures? How is this world that's literally right? The world is right with us. How are they in so much alignment that they never have to struggle, not one day in their life? How is that even possible? And why would God make me to struggle when the animals, the birds, the trees, everything that He's provided for me to enjoy and to observe, everything that she has provided for me to observe and enjoy, they're all working together. They're not struggling. They're not hustling. They're not, they always have enough. They always have enough. Name one creature out there that's constantly saying to themselves or believing, I do not have enough. There's not enough for me. There's not enough to fill my needs. There's not enough for me to eat. There's not enough for me to sustain my life. Lord, if we would only. So, self-love is and will always be your first love, the most important love. The first thing on your priority list should be self. And the last post that I wrote says, self-love is always first. This is the reason why you will, or you used to see, a lot of imbalance and sometimes dysfunction in relationships with your wife, your husband, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your mother, your father, your children, the environment that you're in. All of those relationships stem and grow from the relationship that you have with yourself. We are all connected. We are all one God. Everything and everyone is connected to you, through you, as God. This is a conscious, cosmic reality. It is a world of thought and imagination. There's more to life than just what you can physically see with your eyes and touch with your hands. All of your loved ones that you think passed away, you have connection with, you can speak to, you can connect with them, you can even resurrect them. When you grow in consciousness, you'll understand what the resurrection is and how to resurrect someone from dead to life in your own consciousness, the same way Jesus the Christ did when He looked at Lazarus and said, he is not dead, he is merely asleep. Come on out, Lazarus. Awaken. This is what we are doing right now. You look around and you think some of these things that are walking around, these beings are walking, you think they're alive. But no. Some of it is the walking dead. Literally dead in consciousness. All you're thinking about is going to your death. All your destiny leads you to is death. All your destiny to lead you to the grave. With a mind that leads you to the grave, with a mind that I'm gonna die anyway, you behave in a very destructive way. When you believe that this is it, it ends. Life is short. It stops when I leave this body. It stops when I leave this body, and we're all gonna end up dead anyway. So I might as well be whatever evil, whatever I do, it doesn't even matter, because I'm gonna go to my grave like everybody else anyway. Not for me. I'm the first immortal that you'll probably meet in this lifetime of yours. What does it mean to be immortal? What does it mean to be chosen for everlasting life? What does it mean? What does it mean? It means that you can imagine life after what people call death. There's only life. It means that you see yourself at age 273 alive and well. It means that you can project your own life experience past 80, past 100, past 150. You can use what it means to live forever in paradise on earth and to be an immortal on this planet is to think immortal thoughts. Is to literally claim your own eternal existence with every word, with every thought, with every action you take. There is no will for you to leave and sign and pay for, because you will always be here. Your legacy is life, not money, not buildings, not corporations, not nothing being left behind. It's here and it's now. Life is meant to be lived. Heaven is a place of life, not death. For you to even accept and experience and create that experience of heaven, you must accept it. You must gain it in consciousness. You must think you're worthy. You must think you're deserving. You must align your very thought essence with life and life eternal. We keep on living. We keep on living. We keep on living. There is no funeral arrangements. There is no condolences. All we do is celebrate life, and we celebrate it to the fullest. We give thanks. We give thanks for every single breath that we take. We honor, cherish, and we worship our very existence, our own bodies. We worship and we take loving care of. It's not a matter of, well, I'm going to die anyway, so I'm going to abuse, and I'm going to do things to this body that I know causes it to suffer, because I'm going to lose it anyway. I'm going to die anyway. With that type of thinking is why we have such dysfunction on this planet. This is why this world is the way it is, because it's a world designed for death. It's a world designed to honor death, to praise death. We come together when people die. We show up when people die. We act different when people die. But also, it's the most pain that we'll ever experience is death. The thing that we do not want the most is death. You want all this stuff. You want the man, you want the house, you want the car, you want the children. You want all this stuff, but without life, it has no value. At the top of your list should be everlasting life, length of days. Give me one more day, God. Give me 5 more days, God. Give me another year, God. You're God. Grant me access to another year of life. Grant me access to project and to prophesy and to live life to the fullest. Life is to be continued. ... And you tell the story. What are you doing at 80? Can you imagine life vibrant, healthy, full of energy, full of health, full of freedom, full of financial freedom, full of energy? Your skin is glowing, your hair is growing, your body is growing, you looking good, you getting better, everything is well with you. What do you see yourself as at 100 years old? Can you see yourself past a certain point? You think it's left up to God to do that? No, it's left up to you to do that, to project into your experience a new earth and a new heaven and a new way of thinking about yourself. Heal yourself. And once you've healed yourself, you are healed forever and ever. Forgive yourself And once you've forgiven yourself, you are forgiven from that sin forever and ever. The same thing you want God to do, you must figure out a way to do it for yourself. They have a saying that goes, God only helps those who helps themselves, because you are God. The minute you start helping yourself with your own consciousness, man, the whole universe, people, places, circumstances move to the will of your own mind. How long do you have? Do you have tomorrow? If some people will say, if tomorrow is promised. What do you mean if tomorrow is promised? Do you promise yourself tomorrow? Do you think you're going to be here tomorrow? Do you deserve a tomorrow? Do you deserve abundance? Do you deserve to live to see your grandchildren? Have children. Have children. Are you willing? Are you willing to renew your mind to a state of a heavenly presence here where you can say to yourself, I'm living, and you can imagine. It's not even, forget what you see, man. Imagine living to see your children's 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 children's. And they look to you and say, there is my great, supreme, grand godmother. I live to see my children have children, have children, have children, have children. You leaving a legacy of what for your children? You're living a legacy of death for your children? You came here to conquer death and to resurrect yourself to the throne of life, which is God, immortality. You are here to conquer the last and biggest fear of all time is death. If you live in, you still got riches, man. You're still a wealthy individual. Get your priorities straight, man. Without you, none of this matters. Without you, none of this matters. Not to you and not to nobody else. Your assignment is to stay alive. Your assignment is to keep your thoughts on things that appreciate, that keep you in a state of appreciation, that keeps you in a state of love. That's why we keep telling you to do what you love. Forget the money. Do what you love. It has to be fulfilling for you. It has to be exhilarating for you. It has to be exciting for you to even want to be here to live and experience it. If your imagination can only imagine suffering and dysfunction, if your imagination cannot turn dysfunction, sin, and wickedness into happiness, harmony, paradise, heavenly thoughts, positivity, prosperity, then you will never make it to heaven. You have to exalt your state of thoughts, your state of consciousness into that realm. Who do you think is going to take you there? They say only God can judge you, man. How are you judging yourself? How are you judging yourself? Have you redeemed yourself yet? Have you saved yourself yet? Have you claimed an abundant existence for yourself? The minute that you claim it, you'll start to see it. The minute that you believe it, you'll start to see it everywhere. It starts to rush itself to you. It literally rushes itself to you once you claim it. With every thought, with every word, with every action that you take, get into character. Get into the character of God. And keep thinking about things that keep you loving, that keep you appreciating, that keep you excited, that keep you in a vibration of love. Self-love keeps you in that vibration of love. the more you give it to yourself, the more you romance yourself, the more that you buy yourself those flowers, the more that you take those sacred baths, the more that you pamper yourself, the more that you take loving, pristine care of yourself, the more that you touch yourself and say, I love you, the more that you cherish your skin, the more that you love your hair, the more that you bless yourself, the more that you love yourself, is the more that you'll understand and overstand and understand the type of love that God is in and through you as you. If you can't love it, don't expect nobody else to love it. If you cannot accept it, don't accept nobody else to accept it. If you can't do everything, if you can't do your best for you, then don't expect anybody else to do their best for you. If you can't think the best thoughts about yourself, don't expect anybody else to think the best thoughts about you. If you can't speak the best of the best of the best thoughts about yourself, don't expect the world to speak the best of the best of the best thoughts about you. If you cannot redeem yourself, save yourself, and forgive yourself of every friggin' sin, then you have no right to expect someone else to forgive you for your sins. You can't even do it for you. Your only job is you. You will treat your mama, your daddy, your children the same way you treat yourself. When your children see you treating yourself with the most love and the utmost respect, that is the way that they will treat themselves. When they see you dogging yourself out, giving yourself the last, when they see you dogging, talking down on yourself, speaking negatively about yourself, treating yourself like crap, putting yourself last, it's the same way that they learn how to treat themselves, and it's the same way that they learn how to treat you. You expect your children to love you and to bow down to you and to respect you, and you do not even treat your own self the same way. It is a sin to disrespect yourself. It is a sin to put yourself last. To put God last is a sin. To downgrade yourself, to disrespect yourself, to dishonor yourself, to abuse yourself is the highest level of blasphemy that you can possibly ever imagine, because you're doing it to God. You don't recognize the God in you yet. Because if you did, you will bow at your own feet, at your own presence. The love that I have resurrected inside of myself, since I have learned to make that connection between me and the good and the God and the perfection and the love and the support, it comes from me. You no longer need needy. You no longer need that from anyone else, nor do you expect, because you're so full of your own love. You're so full of your own respect. You're so full of your own praise. You're so full of your own forgiveness that it doesn't matter. It absolutely does not matter how anyone else sees you, because you got so much of it. You got so much love for you and them that it doesn't matter what they give. All that matters is you got so much of it that you just gonna keep pouring it out. You're just gonna keep overflowing. You're just gonna keep overflowing. You're just gonna keep increasing your love. You're just gonna keep increasing your value. You're just gonna keep increasing in value, because you're doing it for yourself every single day. You look in the mirror, I increase in value every day. I'm increasing in value every day. My stocks are going up every day. What is my net worth? Is my net worth. What is my net worth? It's my self-worth. What is my net worth? It's my self-worth. What is my net worth? It's my self-worth. What does my money look like? What my money look like is the same way I look like. What my money look like? My money looking good. My money looking abundant. My money is everywhere. Abundance is everywhere. Why do I feel so good? Because I feel good. Because I say I feel good. Because I love to feel good. So I'm going to keep saying I feel good. Why? Because I love to feel good, because I love myself. Why? Because I want to feel good. I love myself. Self, how do you want to feel today? Self, how do you want to feel today? I want to feel good today, Ja. All right, then. Well, we feel good. We feel good today. How you want to feel tomorrow? I want to feel grateful tomorrow, Ja. I want to feel good tomorrow too, Ja. All right, then. Well, let's keep speaking it. Let's keep praying about these things. Let's keep talking about these things. I love you. I cherish you. I appreciate you. I love myself enough to give myself the best thoughts about myself. It doesn't matter whether you see it or not. Honesty is honestly the best thoughts that you can possibly ever give yourself. It is not honest if it makes you feel like shit. It's not honest. It's not loving. It's not powerful. It's not empowering. It's not loving. It's not, well, I have to speak brokenness on myself because that's what I see in my bank account. That's what I'm going to keep speaking. You can go ahead and keep speaking. Test yourself and see. Just test yourself and see what I'm talking about. Test yourself. All right. I assume that maybe you've been doing this thing for so long that you're so used to doing it that you don't even know you're doing it. But okay, observe your words. Observe your thoughts. Observe your words for the next 30 days. Do it. Just do it today. Listen to the conversations that you're having with people. Read your own Facebook posts. And you can see what you are about to create in your life, what you're going to create more of, what you claim, what you're believing in, what you're talking about, what you're writing about. You know what kind of mind that you have. If you can close your eyes and go into your mind and observe all your beliefs, observe all your thoughts, observe the things that you're talking about. This is the world that you are creating for yourself. And if inside of your mind is not a beautiful place to live, don't expect that the outside of your mind to be a beautiful place to live either. If the inside of your mind is not the most beautiful place that you want to live in, if the type of thinking that you think is not the most beautiful thoughts that you can ever think, I'm going to push you. That's what I'm here to do. I'm here to push you to greatness. I am here to push you to see the greatness in yourself. I'm here to push you to start speaking well, highly of yourself. Because speaking any other way about yourself, thinking any other way about yourself has given you the results that you're seeing right now. You got to get a real good grip. We call it the iron grip control over the way that you are thinking about yourself. And that's the way you're going to be thinking about everything else, because everything else is you too. If I love myself, I don't even want to think nothing negatively about you. That's because I love myself. It's so deep. It's so profound. It's so powerful when you get it. When you get it. When you get this love of self. When you get that love of self into consciousness. And you love yourself so much, you can't even speak nothing crazy about nobody else, man. No other color, no other race, no other nothing. You cannot speak anything negatively about anybody else. Why? Because you are listening to your own words. You are feeling every word that you're saying about that person. You are listening to every word you're saying about that other person. You are literally vibrating at the frequency that you speak of, because you are the music of life. Whatever tone, whatever frequency, whatever words you keep playing, whatever sounds keeps coming out of your vibration, out of your mouth, whatever frequency you're emitting must come back to you. It must come back to you because it's coming out of you. The scriptures say it's not what goes into a man that defiles him. It's what goes into a man that defiles him. It's not what's coming out. It's what goes into you. So here, just picture this conversation for a little bit. Sometimes we need a little bit more simple ways to express this to you. I'm going to give you an example. I'm going to give you a name, just a random name. I hate Donald Trump. He made me so sick. He's the worst thing that ever happened to our government. I can't wait till his dumbass. I can't wait till his dumbass come out of office. He's the worst thing that ever happened to our government. Who's speaking those words? You. When you speak words, there's a vibration that literally comes all the way up and all the way back down. Who's feeling the words that you're speaking? You think Donald Trump is feeling the words that you're speaking? You think your mama is feeling the words that you're speaking? Do you think that person that you hate and despise so much, you're so upset? You're so upset. You over there talking all kinds of smack, not recognizing that the person that you're talking about is you. Why is the person that you're talking about you? Because it's coming out of your mouth. You're the one that's feeling every word that you're saying about them. You're the one that's thinking every word that's about them. You're the one that's literally imagining. You're seeing the face of the person when you're talking about them. You're imagining the very things that you speak of about them. When you say Donald Trump is a freaking bastard, you have a picture. Your imagination goes to work. Your imagination goes to work to create this bastard that you speak of. Now, this bastard that you speak of must always be a bastard to you until you change your assumption of this person, place, or thing. It will always be that way for you because you spell it, you claim it, you write these words. You're the one feeling your thoughts of how much of hate. I hate. Where's the hate coming from? I despise. Where is the despise coming from? You. Is Donald Trump turning his attention to you and saying, I hate Ja. I can't stand Ja. And even if he did, do you know how secure I am in my own self? Nothing you or anybody else can say about me is true about me unless I believe you. And I think you are a liar if you say anything about me that's not pure, positive, loving, kind, prosperous, and abundant. You're lying to not only yourself, but to the person that you're speaking of. When you say Donald Trump is this, when you say Oprah is this, when you say my kids are so bad, you're talking about you. You're talking about you. Who's feeling bad when you say it? Who's speaking the words bad when you say it? Those words are coming out of you. And the only thing that you can do to change your experience of that person, that place, or that entity is to praise it and to literally imagine greater, imagine better, speak better for that person, speak lovingly on behalf of that person. Use your imagination to imagine a better relationship with that person. You want to get the best out of that person? Keep pulling the best out of that person. Keep speaking the best out of that person. You have the power to manipulate the energy of how that person responds to you by the vibration that you're emitting and pushing out to them. Do you get it? And if you don't, please go watch The Secret by Rhonda Byrne. It's on Netflix for free. The Secret, and how you are literally calling these things, these places, these people, whatever you keep saying about that person. They so bad, they so this, they so that. I hope you are saying stuff that you want to actually experience about them, because if you keep saying that person is a bastard, that person is so terrible, that person don't know how to act, guess what? You're speaking exactly what it is that you want to see come out of that person. You are speaking whatever it is you want to come out of that person. You're literally feeling that vibration. That person is so friggin' disrespectful. Guess what you're going to keep getting from that person? Disrespect. If you cannot find, let's say, Donald Trump, because a lot of people have a problem with speaking good things about Donald Trump. I mean, here's the thing that you have to consider. when you're putting out these vibrations, words, sounds, when you're putting out your music, when you're putting out your soundtrack, they cast spells onto the thing or the experience that you're talking about. If you keep saying that person is sick, if you keep saying that person is dumb, if you keep saying that person is this, that, or the third, they must be that experience for you, because you are the one that dictates. Look up the word dictates. You are the one that dictates how that person responds to your vibration. They're only responding to the vibration that you have about them. You'll start to see a lot of good in Donald Trump, and I've done this experiment for myself. I've never seen anything other than good in this person, and I call forth that good from him. And if we as a collective unit will use our God power, our thoughts, our words, our actions to build up our economy, to build up our environment, to build up every race of people, to build up our animals, to build up our government, to literally, it's so few of us that I'll sit into a conversation with. And how many of you can join me on this? Hey, I invite you to sing praises and appreciation with me about my government. I sing praises to my government. I speak what I wish to experience from my government, not what they experience, not what you're experiencing, not what my ancestors experienced, not what anybody else experienced, because my experience is totally dependent on my thought experience with that person, place, or thing. Someone can come to you and say, man, don't do business with that person, man. Don't hang out with that person. Don't be that person's friend. I don't think you should be dating that person because they did this to me. They're pushing off their own negative experience of that person into you, because trust and believe that that person doesn't treat every single person in their life the same way. That person that you think dogged you out or treated you so unfairly, there's somebody that they're treating fairly. There's somebody that they're blessing. There's somebody that will speak nothing but good about them. There's somebody that will come to you and say, well, I don't know, because when I hang out with them, they're nothing but sweet and nice to me. They're always good to me. I mean, they're always honest with me. They always treat me well. I don't know what you're saying about that person, because that's not the experience that I had with them. Really? Well, when I was with him, he did this, he did that. And you're impressing upon that person your own experience with that person. And you're also projecting an experience that they're going to have with that person that's negative. Instead of you saying to yourself easily, you know what? I forgive that person and I let it go. You know what? You might have a different experience with that person. I see that person is maturing. I see that person is getting better. And I can see that person getting better in my imagination. It doesn't have to portray itself out to me in right now, where you see it out in that reality. It's like a prelude to life's coming attractions. You're speaking the prelude, the trailer for your life's coming attractions. If you keep saying to yourself, man, I don't know, man, if 5 years, in 5 years, I don't know where I'm going to be, man. I could be dead in 5 years. Really? Why would you project that out of your own mouth? Well, anyway, see the person that you dislike or you have a problem with the most. The best way to change that relationship is to constantly, in your imagination, in the silence of your own meditation, in your mind, in your own time, this is the relationship that you have to build. I see people trying to build relationships with other people all the time. I'm trying to build a relationship with this person, that person. You need to build that relationship with yourself. Everybody else comes later. The relationship that you can have with your mother up in here is a different relationship that you can have with her the way other people see her. Okay? So, after all of that ranting, I have left you with some things to think about. The whole idea of life, people, is to create something beautiful for yourself. And the only way to do that is to cultivate a beautiful environment in your mind to live with. You got to go through those files, man. You got to go through all those different programs that's been laid onto you about how terrible life is, how wicked life is, and how short life is. You need to go in there and you need to project a different scenario. Write a new script. Tell a new story. It's time for you it's time for you to experience how beautiful life can be. It's time for you to experience how wonderful our world can become, with wonderful thoughts about each other happening at the same time. You will never get to experience how wonderful, how powerful, and how great Donald Trump is until you actually can speak it upon that man. You can pull it out of that man. You can talk positive things about that man. You're talking the same thing about yourself. When you speak positively about anybody else, you're speaking positively about you. When you're speaking negatively about anybody else, you're speaking negatively about you. When you can hold a space of forgiveness for anyone, you're holding a space of forgiveness for yourself. The same luxury, the same abundance, the same prosperity, the same health, if you see someone that is struggling with health right now, your the best thing you can do for them is to lift them up in your own observation, imagination, and your own spelling of that person. How is she doing? She's getting better and better every day. How is she feeling today? Did she take her meds today? She offered them meds, man. She doing better. She's doing so well. She walking. Even if that person is in a chair. You literally agree with the good, agree with the wealth. You agree with the perfection of that person, because that same thing that you're agreeing with them about is the same thing you're agreeing yourself with. When you start seeing the goodness in you, despite all the things you thought were flaws, you'll start to see the good in other people, despite all the flaws you used to see in them. When you start building up your own self-appreciation and your self-love, you'll start to build up that same love for other people, that same esteem. You build it up for other people because you've learned how to do that for this person. This person. This is the person you got to practice on. This is the God in you. This is the person you have to learn to forgive. And once you've learned, because you know all of everything about you, you know the good, the bad, the ugly. You know everything about you. And if you can learn how to look at those things, and I'm telling you, even if you killed somebody, I implore you to forgive yourself. Forgive yourself. Forgiveness clears your karma. It clears that thing coming back to you. You changing your thought pattern. You changing your thought pattern is the same as changing your physical pattern. When you change the mind, you also change the manifestation of the mind. Do you feel me? When you change your mind, you change the physical mind too. So it's like it just keeps getting better and better. When you just keep loving on yourself, you're gonna push that love into everybody else, because it's so hard sometimes. You look at it and you be like, man, I have to really forgive that person that did so much harm to me or somebody that I love. Look at it this way. It's the same forgiveness that you would want for yourself. If you have ever harmed someone else, and every one of us has an instance where they felt like they may have harmed somebody, either emotionally or physically. If you know of all the things that you've done to harm someone, and you can find that forgiveness for yourself, truly forgive yourself and work on not repeating the same thing. You will not forgive yourself if you're still doing the thing over and over and over again. You will not forgive yourself. It's going to be hard. It's going to be challenging, I should say, not hard, to love yourself if you keep doing the same thing, or forgive yourself if you're still doing the same thing that you're trying to gain forgiveness from. If you're trying to forgive yourself from something that you keep doing, it's going to be challenging to to stay in that place if you have not changed the action, because you're going to keep judging yourself. You're going to keep judging yourself. Okay, I did it again. Lord. Oh, Lord, here comes tomorrow again. I did it again. Lord. It's like you have to get to a place where, you know what? I forgive you. I forgive you. And look at yourself and be like, I'm gonna keep forgiving you, and I'm gonna change. I'm gonna change the way that I think about this particular thing. I'm gonna learn to think positively about this particular situation. It's challenging, but this is what you came here to do. You came here to rise above the noise. You are here to transform this world. You are here to redeem mankind, because you created mankind with your own thoughts. You are here to redeem yourself. You are here to experience heaven on earth. And if you think you're here to do anything other than that, then someone has thrown you off your path. Because there's no one that I'm talking to right now that can honestly say they did not come here to experience something great, something wonderful, something loving. Without love, there is no reason to even be here. Without love, there is no reason to live. And when you can find that love within yourself and produce that love, harness that love, cultivate that love, appreciate that love that comes from you, your heart beating right now is that love. And the best thing you can do is to return that love to your heart by doing things that your heart loves to do. That's how you show gratitude for who you are and the divine presence that is you. You start being grateful. You start giving thanks to your heart for beating for you every day. Heartbeat, you beat for me every single day. You don't complain. You don't ask for nothing. All you do, you beat for me every single day. Now I want to do something for you, heart. I want to eat for you, heart. I want to eat things that make you happy, heart. I want to eat things that make my body feel good, that makes my body feel happy. I want to eat things that make my heart keep beating and keep things that keep my heart clear, that keep my blood flowing clear and clean. I want to think thoughts that keep my heart pure. I want to think thoughts that keep my body pure. I want to eat things that keep my heart pure. It's time to really focus on giving back, because there's so much that's been given to us constantly, and we take those things for granted. And anything that you take for granted, you will probably lose. And that's why you probably see a lot of things happening, because we don't cherish what we already have, and we have so much to give thanks for. It's a beautiful day. It's a beautiful and amazing day because you're alive. It's a beautiful day to be alive. It's a beautiful day to give thanks. There's so much to be thankful for. So much to give honor and praise for. Honestly, I don't think we need to ask for anything else, because we've been given everything that we need. We already have everything that we need to live, to survive. And if you're unsure about that, go into nature. Go back to nature. Cultivate nature. Appreciate nature. Take a walk in nature. Sit in nature. Talk to the trees. Place your bare feet on the ground, on the grass, on the dirt. Feel the dirt within your hands. Touch. Breathe in Mother Nature and observe nature. How does nature do this? How does nature survive? How does nature thrive? How does it do this? It's a part of me that I need to understand. Above all, get understanding. Get understanding. You did not come here to suffer, to be in pain, to be popping pills all the time. You didn't come here to be going to the doctor all the time. You didn't come here to be arguing and fussing. You didn't come here to be working hard and slaving for a job that you do not love, that you do not get up excited about, that you do not get up, that does not allow you to express yourself creatively as God. It's time to elevate, man. It's time to raise yourself from the dead. It's time to resurrect heaven into your earth. It's time to welcome heaven into your heart. Welcome heaven into your thoughts. Do what you love to do and honor it. and value it and prioritize your own love. Loving yourself means doing what it is that you love to do and reaching for things that cultivate that love within you. I love myself. I love myself. I love myself. I love you. Life is good. Life is great. Life is wonderful. I am so grateful to be alive. I'm so grateful to speak words of praise and honor to myself. I'm so grateful for my own self-love. I'm so grateful for the God that works in me, as me, through me. I am so grateful. I am so grateful. I am so grateful. I am so loved. I am so supported. I am so divine. I am so eternal. I am one with God. I am one with the good that I deserve. I'm one with the wealth that I deserve. I deserve my good. I deserve my wealth. I deserve my own good words. I deserve to live in a heavenly reality. I deserve heaven on this earth. One love, self-love. God is love. Praise and honor yourself today. Praise and honor your world today. Praise and honor the people around you today. Praise and honor your government. Praise and honor your feet. Praise and honor your heart. Praise and honor your body. Praise and honor your own love. Grow it. Think and grow it. Cultivate it. Have an amazing day. Have an amazing day. Hope this inspires you. I hope this inspires you to think greater thoughts. I hope this inspires you to believe in better thoughts. Believe better. Believe in greater. Believe in yourself. Have an amazing day. Talk to you guys soon.